Hey, Brenda, have you heard the incredible news? Your brother Harrison just landed a soccer scholarship and is heading off to high school. Isn't that simply mind blowing?
Oh, really? That's great to hear. Well, guess what, Dad? I've got some exciting news to share with you. Are you ready for it?
You know what? I've always had this strong belief that Harrison was destined for greatness. Even at such a young age, he displayed an incredible talent for soccer. And you know what the local youth coach said, don't you? I'll never forget that day when he turned to me and said, "This kid's got talent." It was undoubtedly one of the most memorable days of my life, second only to the day your brother was born. He's an absolute genius, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I've always known that Harrison is really talented in sports. And as his sister, I'm incredibly proud of him.
That's right. It seems like Harrison inherited all of the good genes from both me and your mom. Remember how your mom, Marcia, was a track and field star and I was a soccer player? We were so outstanding that we scored athletic scholarships to college. Honestly, it still blows my mind that Marcia gave birth to you. We tried getting you involved in various sports like basketball, swimming, table tennis, and even figure skating. But teaching you was like herding cats. You're just too dense to get anything right. It's beyond frustrating. You're a complete disappointment compared to your exceptional brother.
Dad, why do you say things like that? I know you have a natural talent in sports, and you want your kids to be the same. But even though I may not have the athletic ability you expected, I excel in other areas, you know. Guess what? I just got accepted into one of the top-ranked colleges in the US. What do you have to say about that, Dad?
Wow, going to college, huh? Acting like it's some grand achievement. Spare me the drama. It's just another letdown, plain and simple. I've already made it crystal clear that being good at studying is utterly meaningless. Your mom and I have zero interest in wasting our hard-earned cash on something so idiotic. Figure it out yourself, genius. And don't even dare to think about sponging off our money for your college tuition, because that's never gonna fly. Even if you were to grovel at our feet or beg on your hands and knees, we'd still remain completely indifferent.
What? Can't you be happy for me just this once? Besides, I never mentioned anything about asking you for money. You jumped to conclusions all on your own.
Yeah. Why should I even bother caring about you when I have Harrison, my flawless child? Let me tell you, he's on the fast track to becoming a soccer pro, no question about it. Your mom and I would move mountains for our precious child, Harrison. But you get nothing because you're a failure. You're nothing but a defective byproduct, a blunder in our marriage.
Dad, why do you constantly have to show favoritism towards Harrison? And make me feel like I don't matter? Even as I got older, going through middle school and high school, you never gave me any attention. I worked hard on my studies and achieved good results. But it never seemed to hold any significance to you. It's as if I'm invisible in your eyes.
You hit that nail on the head, didn't you? You truly mean nothing to me or your mother. But hey, don't get all teary-eyed. That's just the way life works. It's not always fair, you know? By the way, your mom and I have big plans for today. We're throwing a party to celebrate Harrison going to high school. So be a good little daughter and clean up the house for me, all right? After that, go buy decorations to make the party look more lively and eye-catching. The main theme? Soccer, of course. And don't forget to get a cake that represents his precious favorite soccer team. Oh, and there will be plenty of guests attending, so I expect everything to be perfect.
What? Why are you throwing a party to celebrate Harrison going to high school, but completely disregarding the fact that I'll be starting my college year soon? And now you're even telling me to prepare for his high school send-off party? I honestly don't understand what I've done to deserve this kind of treatment from my own parents.
Oh, give me a break. Stop bothering me with these pointless questions. I thought you would have accepted your fate as the outcast of our family by now. Now quit being lazy and do as I said. I want everything done before 5 p.m.
Wow, Brenda. You're a complete loser, and a jinx compared to me, your successful brother. Even Mom and Dad can't stand you. If you weren't born, they could invest more in me. You're nothing but a burden. Honestly, I feel like I'm the savior of the family. If I hadn't been born, Mom and Dad would be stuck dealing with a loser like you for their entire lives. And that must really suck.
You really seem to get a kick out of belittling me, don't you? I have to wonder, do you ever get tired of it? You've been pulling this nonsense for years now. It's like you seize every opportunity to embarrass or humiliate me.
That's right. Haven't you heard what our lovely parents have said about you? They called you a burden and described spending money on you as unnecessary expenses. Oh, and let's not forget the priceless look of misery on your face every Christmas when our parents proudly introduced you as their disappointing daughter. But as for me, Harrison, I'm always their pride and joy.
And what's so wrong with me? I got into a decent college and landed a job at a well-paying company. Right now, I'm doing pretty well on my own. So why am I constantly labeled as disappointing? I suppose it's just convenient for all of you to look down on me and say all sorts of negative things. After all, you've been doing it for years, so I don't expect you to change anytime soon.
Oh, please. As if anyone would even bother caring about a worthless slob like you. No matter what you do, you're always overshadowed by my remarkable success. Just accept the reality. I'm far more impressive than you ever were.
Anyway, what's the point of you telling me all this? Are you just trying to be a jerk, or do you have some other motives behind it?
Isn't it painfully clear to you? I simply want a worthless loser like you out of my life and my house, once and for all.
What? Why on earth would you even want that? What have I ever done to be treated like this?
Don't you remember? I secured a college soccer scholarship, making our parents prouder than ever. At the rate I'm going, it's just a matter of time before I make it big and become a globally renowned soccer player.
And? What does any of that have to do with wanting me out of the house?
Honestly, are you always this dense that you can't even grasp the hints? Listen up, because I'll spell it out for you. When I achieve my dream of becoming a successful professional soccer player, I don't want a useless old hag like you lingering around the house and holding me back. That's precisely why I want you out of my sight as soon as humanly possible. Is that clear enough for your feeble mind to comprehend?
Huh? Are you saying this for real?
Yeah, you heard me loud and clear. You're nothing more than dead weight. And having a sister like you is an embarrassment. You're like a stain in my life. And I want you eradicated completely. It's the only way I can ensure my future success.
Okay, I honestly don't understand what I did to deserve this, but fine. I'll move out of our house as you wish. To be honest, I've been considering this for a while now. Plus, I'm getting engaged soon, So it's only natural for me to start a new chapter and move out.
You? Getting engaged? That's the most laughable thing I've ever heard in my entire existence. And who's the idiotic and desperate guy that willingly agreed to spend his miserable life with you? I bet it's just some random loser who couldn't even manage to find himself a girlfriend for the majority of his pathetic existence. Am I right? What an absolute joke!
Well, whatever you say. I already know you wouldn't have anything positive to say about me anyway.
Yeah, that's right. And don't even waste your breath inviting me to your pathetic engagement party or your laughable wedding. Because I sure as hell won't be attending. But you know what? It's actually perfect timing that you're getting the hell out of my house right now. I'm on the verge of becoming a renowned soccer player. And I can't have my fame tainted by a failure like you. So, bye-bye. Pack your things and get the hell out. And don't expect me to put on a show and pretend that I'll miss you. Because honestly, I won't. Hey, Brenda. Are you around? Explain to me what the heck happened.
Excuse me? May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Stop playing dumb like you've conveniently forgotten all about me. I'm Harrison, your one and only brother.
Harrison? Why are you reaching out to me all of a sudden?
Hey, seriously? Are you still pretending you have no clue? I caught you having a super cozy chat with my lawyer today. What's up with that? I need you to explain everything clearly to me.
Your lawyer? You mean Riley?
Oh, so now you think it's perfectly fine to address him as Riley? Shouldn't you be showing some respect by calling him Mr. Brandon? It's incredibly disrespectful to go ahead and use someone's real name when you don't even have a proper acquaintance with them.
Why do you assume I don't know him? He's my husband's brother. So obviously I know all about him.
Wait, what? Mr. Brandon is actually... your husband? No way! Come on, you really expect me to believe that an ugly old hag like you could snag someone as talented and successful as him? You're definitely bluffing, aren't you?
Well, you know I don't mess around when it comes to serious stuff like this. It's up to you whether you want to believe me or not, but I can assure you I'm not making it up. Actually, if you want, I can even let Riley have a chat with you on the phone right now to prove it to you.
So let me make sure I understand this correctly. Your husband is a lawyer. Seriously. Why in the world didn't you bother to inform me or our parents about this earlier? And to top it off, you didn't even think it was worth inviting your own brother to your wedding? What kind of sister are you to completely disregard your own flesh and blood like that? Just so you know, I'm not some ghost or anything. I'm alive and well, thank you very much. You straight up disrespected me and our parents by not including us in your big day.
I hope your memory isn't failing you, but I did inform you and our parents about my engagement. However, as per usual, all of you acted all superior and condescending towards me, using that same old tone. You straight up told me you weren't going to attend my engagement party, remember? So why should I even bother inviting you to my wedding? Plus, you went and got married yourself without even bothering to tell me about it. So let's not play the blame game here.
Well, that's a whole different story. My wedding wasn't some well thought out plan. I ended up marrying Alice because, well, she got pregnant with my child. I never intended to marry her before that. It was a total accident. Ugh, if it wasn't for the baby, I would never settle for someone as plain and boring looking as Alice. Seriously. She's just not my type at all.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize all that. Honestly, I feel more sorry for Alice than for you. By the way, in regards to your case, as you probably know, my husband did everything he could to defend you in court. Thankfully, you didn't end up in jail. However, you still have to pay the victim the compensation they demanded.
What? You're telling me that he's still insisting I cough up with that ridiculous amount of money as compensation? This is utterly insane. Where the hell am I supposed to magically find that kind of cash? It's completely absurd.
Well, that's entirely on you, to be honest. It's the mess you created, so it's your responsibility to sort it out. But seriously, what were you even thinking? Why on earth would you punch your coach in the face? Consider yourself lucky that he only ended up with a bruise. If he had gotten a cut, or even worse, a broken nose, you'd be in way deeper trouble right now.
Oh, please. What do you even know to judge, huh? The coach had the audacity to tell me that I failed to make the cut for the football team. Can you believe it? This is the 7th time I've been rejected. It's like he took pleasure in crushing my one and only dream of becoming a professional football player.
I've already tried to warn you about this. Remember? It's true that you have some natural talent, but the road to becoming a pro is never a walk in the park. It requires tons of hard work and dedication. But you, on the other hand, seem to think you can solely rely on your innate abilities. Last time I checked, you were slacking off on training and letting yourself go, gaining a lot of weight. It's no wonder the coach doesn't see you as qualified for a spot on his team.
Oh, please. What do you even know? I have natural soccer talent, so I don't need some stupid training. Training is just for those wannabe soccer players, those losers who will never reach my level. That coach is a complete idiot for not selecting me to be part of his team. I swear he's gonna regret his decision big time. You know what? That punch I gave him was way too lenient compared to what he truly deserves.
Wow, it's incredible that even after everything that's happened, you still haven't learned your lesson, Harrison. Look, why don't you consider calling it quits? It's clear as day that you don't have what it takes to become a professional soccer player. How about you settle down and start looking for a regular job instead?
Oh, please. There's no way I'm going to settle for some mindless office job, slaving away for 8 hours a day just to earn peanuts like you. Mom and Dad have always told me that I'm destined for greatness. And that's exactly what I intend to achieve. Just you wait and see. I'm going to become famous one day. And you'll be crawling on your knees begging for money.
Brenda, my lovely daughter, you have no idea how much I've missed you all these years. You know what? Our house just isn't the same without you here.
Please, don't tell me.
Hey, it's your dear old dad texting you. I've been trying to call you, but you haven't been picking up any of my calls. What's up?
Well, I just don't feel comfortable answering calls from unfamiliar numbers.
Oh, come on. Unfamiliar number? How could you say that? I'm your father, for crying out loud. Anyway, let's not dwell on that right now. I wanted to congratulate you on finding such an amazing husband. You finally settled down, and I couldn't be happier for you.
Ugh, I bet Harrison has already filled you in on all the details about my husband, huh? I gotta say, I don't recall seeing you this happy before you found out who my husband actually is.
Oh, why didn't you bother telling me about this earlier? If I had known you snagged yourself a wealthy husband, I would have made sure to attend your wedding. What's his name again? Riley, right? Send him my regards. It's such a pity that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting my esteemed son-in-law until now. I had no idea he's some hotshot lawyer. Well, what can I say? You two make quite the stunning couple. It's like you were meant for each other, without a doubt.
And what exactly are you trying to say? I hope you didn't call me just to waste my time with these kinds of comments, right? Can you please get to the point already?
Oh, absolutely not, darling. It's clear that you're just as quick-witted as ever, huh? Actually, I have a whole bunch of things I want to chat about. Like how you've been doing all this time, your married life, and all that jazz. But let's put all that aside for now and focus on this urgent matter at hand, shall we? Listen, Brenda, I'm well aware that you have an undeniably rich husband. So why don't you be a good family member and lend a hand with that hefty sum of money Harrison still owes to the person he decided to punch in the face?
Excuse me? What? Now you're even shamelessly asking me for money? Really? After all these years of treating me like dirt? Unbelievable.
Brenda, what on earth are you saying? You can't seriously be considering turning down the request from your own flesh and blood. Our family is in a real tough spot right now. You know that, right? We're retired athletes, and we've just about exhausted all our savings. Honestly, we don't have any money left for Harrison to pay the compensation. And let me tell you, if he doesn't cough up the exact amount the victim is demanding, he's gonna end up in jail. Can you even imagine your own brother behind bars? I know you're not that heartless, right?
Wait. Are you seriously going through all this trouble just to ask me for money to help Harrison out of his mess? So in the end, Harrison is still the one getting all the attention, and I'm just some tool you can use when things get tough? You haven't changed one bit. Just go away and never contact me again. I'm done with you. No more calls, no more text, nothing. I don't want to hear a word from you ever again.
Hey, Brenda. It's your cute little bro, Harrison. Listen, I know I've screwed up before, but can you give me a chance to explain myself this time? Pretty please?
Huh? Harrison? What's the reason for reaching out to me this time around?
Come on, no need to be all cold and condescending to your own little bro like that. We're family, you know? Blood connection and all.
Oh, well, enlighten me, genius. Why on earth are you bothering to text me now? Shouldn't you be using that big brain of yours to figure out how to repay the coach for all the moolah you owe him?
That's exactly why I'm hitting you up. You're such a sweet and understanding sis. It's unreal. Here's the deal. Could you help me out with the compensation payment? I promise I'll pay you back in a jiffy.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I just hear you right? After all the insults, mistreatment, and discrimination I endured from you and our oh-so-loving family, now you have the audacity to come begging for money? Wow, your shamelessness truly knows no limits, does it?
Oh, come on. It's not like we're talking big bucks here, right? Plus, didn't I mention it already? I'll have that cash back in your hands before you know it.
And What makes you so confident that will actually happen that way?
Well, I'm not sure if I should spill the beans here. It's a bit on the illegal side. You know what I mean?
Excuse me? Illegal?
Yeah.
Listen, no matter what, just spill it already. Don't even think about keeping secrets from me anymore. If you keep pulling dumb stunts and hiding stuff, don't even bother asking for my help.
But why do you have to get all caught up in the nitty-gritty details like that? It's not even that important.
All right, Harrison. Tell me what you've done. Pinky promise I won't breathe a word to anyone. And hey, I'll even front you the cash for the compensation. Are we cool with that plan?
Alright. Here's the scoop. So, yesterday I hung out with this old buddy from the football team I've been trying to get into. And get this, I had this brilliant idea. I figured, if I could get him kicked off the team, the coach would have no choice but to let me take his spot, right? So, I did what any genius would do. I got him wasted, like completely out of his mind, and threw in a few sleeping pills for good measure. Then I sent him off on his own. And guess what? Just as I expected, the dude ended up in a freaking car accident. Word on the street is, he might not even be able to play football again. Isn't that just fantastic?
Hold on a second. What? You actually went ahead and pulled off something like that? How could you do something so despicable, Harrison? You're nothing short of a monster. Let's get this straight. You not only physically attacked someone, but you also devised this twisted plan to harm your own friend just to fulfill your selfish desires?
Whoa, hold up. Why the sudden attitude? Can't you see that this was my golden ticket to finally getting into the football team? Once I'm in, I'll become this mega famous football player and rake in way more than what that dumb coach is asking for as compensation. But hey, remember, you promised you wouldn't reveal our little secret to anyone else, right?
Well, of course I'm going to tell someone. Especially when it involves setting someone up for an accident like that. My husband is here with me, reading all of our messages, and he's absolutely horrified by the level of evil you've displayed. He knows the law inside out, and he's made it clear that the police won't take this lightly. You'll be looking at a substantial prison sentence. And believe me, it won't be a short stint behind bars.
How dare you lie to me? You explicitly claimed that you wouldn't betray me. You're an absolutely awful sister, knowingly deceiving me like that. You're nothing more than a deceitful witch.
Oh, go ahead and call me all the names you can think of. It won't change the simple fact that you're marching straight towards a cozy prison cell. And how about taking a nice deep breath and surrendering yourself to the police? Oh, and don't forget to put on your best act of sincere confession while you're at it. Maybe, just maybe, if you play your cards right, they might go a little easy on you and shrink that prison sentence of yours. Good luck with that.
Brenda, I'm absolutely livid that you would betray me in such a despicable manner. Shame on you for even daring to call yourself my sister. People like you won't find a place in heaven, that's for sure. You deserve nothing less than a one-way ticket to hell.
Oh, sure. Keep talking, Harrison. The police are on their way, and there's no escaping the long arm of justice, my dear little brother Harrison. So go ahead and savor your precious freedom while you can. It won't last for long, that's for sure. I reported Harrison's case to the police, providing them with the text messages he sent me as evidence. It didn't take long for them to apprehend him while he was attempting to flee from my parents' house. Harrison was ultimately found guilty of all charges and received a prison sentence. The punishment is severe, but it aligns with the gravity of his crimes. Upon learning that their beloved son was going to prison, my parents were completely shocked. My mom nearly fainted, and my dad pleaded with some higher power to intervene and help his son escape incarceration. However, that wasn't the only concern they had to face. They also had to sell their house to compensate the coach whom Harrison had assaulted before. It seems like karma caught up with my family for their despicable behavior. Reflecting on my childhood and the years spent trapped with my toxic family, I feel a profound sense of relief knowing that I finally broke free from their grasp. I now live a far better life than any of them, and that, in itself, is the ultimate revenge I could take against them.